I never meant to overhear that conversation, but sometimes fate doesn't wait for your permission to reveal the truth. It was nearly midnight when I came back from the store, holding a bag with cheap wine and a couple of frozen dinners. The kind that silently admit, this marriage is barely breathing. Before I could reach the door, her voice cut through the quiet. Low, tired, and edged with frustration. I can't stand being with him, Sarah. I feel trapped. He's like a ghost. I can't escape. My chest tightened. Those words sliced through me sharper than any knife. I wasn't supposed to hear them, but I did. And in that moment, everything suddenly made sense. Marriage starts like a fairy tale. Whispered dreams at midnight, promises made under fading stars, laughter over nothing at all. Then one day, it changes. It turns into silence during car rides, polite smiles, and noticing how they subconsciously turn away from you, even in their sleep. Claire and I met in our early 20s, wild, driven, chasing ambitions just out of reach. Her eyes once lit up like I was her whole universe. I lived for that light, but over time it dimmed. Maybe it was slow. She drifted farther away, and I became predictable. The man who went to work came home and tried to be enough, but never was. Standing in that dark hallway, hearing her admit she felt trapped with me, it was like feeling my heart caught in a vice. I could have confronted her, shouted, demanded to know why. But I didn't. Instead, I went upstairs, packed a few clothes into a duffel bag, and left. No note. No scene. She wanted space. I gave it to her. I ended up at a rundown motel on the outskirts of town, the kind with peeling paint and a faint smell of despair. Sitting on that uneven bed, staring at the faded wallpaper, I wondered how long she had felt that way. How long I had been nothing more than a ghost haunting her world. The next morning, my phone exploded with missed calls, messages, and voicemails. Where are you? We need to talk. Please come back. The irony hit hard. The woman who couldn't stand my presence was now panicking over my absence. So I let her sit with it. Let her feel what it's like to lose someone who was always there. 2 days later, she found me. When I opened the door, she looked broken, sunken eyes, tangled hair, voice shaking. Why did you leave? She whispered. I let out a hollow laugh. Do you really need me to explain? She swallowed hard. You weren't supposed to hear that. So that was it. Not that she'd said it, but that I'd caught her truth. Something inside me cracked. I stepped aside and let her in. She stood there, refusing to sit. Was it true? I asked. Her pause lasted too long. That silence said everything. Claire, always quick with words, suddenly had none. She stammered, reaching for excuses that wouldn't hold. But I was already gone, not from the motel, but from her. Emotionally, I'd left the second those words escaped her lips. Finally, in frustration, she muttered, I didn't mean it like that. I shook my head. You don't say something like that unless you mean it. Tears filled her eyes. I love you, she whispered, but I stopped her. Don't. I know how this ends. She broke down, crying. But I didn't comfort her. For years, I'd been the one hurting, questioning if I was enough. Now it was her turn to feel the emptiness of losing someone who had already let go. I never went back. The divorce was chaotic, but my healing wasn't. Somewhere along the line, I realized that leaving wasn't the hard part. Staying in a place where I wasn't wanted was. Claire reached out a few times, trying to resurrect what was long gone. But I had already found something greater, peace. And eventually, someone whose eyes made me feel like I carried the stars.